Hello?
Good morning, Blockchain Jane. How are you on this lovely morning?
I'm well. Morning, Bitcoin Boxer. How are you?
I am wide awake. I have had two monster energy drinks and I am ready to go. So, um, before we start, a big hello to all our listeners and a big hello to our new YouTube family as well. So, hello to you all. Before we look at the markets, I want to do things a little bit differently today. I want to read two articles that I came across this morning, which kind of talk about what's been going on, and then I think we can reflect together on what's actually been happening, and then look at a way at the markets together and see where we're at and see what the listeners think and what everyone else thinks as well. So, the two articles I'm going to read are the first one is from Forbes, and it says here Ethereum faces weekend rout, but some see F doubling from here. That is the title, and it says Ethereum, the most traded cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, had a bad weekend. Fear not, crypto bulls. The market is still bullish long term for ETH. That seems to be the consensus. Matt Corbin says it's even dwarfs Bitcoin. And then it says here there was a relentless spot bid in ETH for several weeks, but open interest has only recently started to track with the increase in price, meaning there are less over levered positions relative to what you'd expect to see from a strong rally, says Andrew Moss, managing director of GSR Capital. The dynamic is similar to the price action that we saw in December and January for Bitcoin. He says, looking for the explanation for Ethereum, Dogecoin like gains. And then it says here, a chink in the armor came last week and into the weekend, primarily due to Elon Musk passing on Bitcoin for Tesla automotive purchases and Colonial Pipeline Rosenware action and asked for payment in Monero, considered an untraceable cryptocurrency. Those two headlines were handwinds for most of the top traded cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, priced at just $250 not too long ago, reached an all-time high of $4,362 early this month before reversing. It was trading in the mid 3000s on Sunday afternoon. Investors' interest in the coin has taken it to astronomical valuation levels. I think we can call it ridiculous. Forbes reported on May the 10th that Ethereum price market capitalization was approaching that of JP Morgan Chase, currently valued at 474 billion. Ether's rally this year has added some 300 million to the wealth of Russian-born Vitalik, sorry if I pronounce this wrong, Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder and the world's youngest known crypto billionaire. Everyone everyone is in everyone is in to be like Vitalik. I don't own Ethereum. I asked some investors to convince me why I should. And it said Ethereum to the moon question mark. Ethereum's growth is attributed to an increasing number of developers building decentralized finance DeFi applications on the Ethereum blockchain platform. The rise of non-fungible tokens, NFTs. Well, the NFT market is getting bigger every day. We all know that. Also, increase in demand for Ethereum. Lastly, continued institutional interest in treating crypto like any other security also helps ETH. Coinbase is the new New York Stock Exchange. ETH is number two on Coinbase after Bitcoin. Seeing how the DeFi and NFT movement are directly connected to Ethereum, their increased activity has the main driver for ETH price in 2021, says Moss. Users need ETH to interact with these technologies. So there are more people who are involved with these communities and protocols, the higher the value of F will go, he says. And then the next question he's put is, where is F going? So it says former ARC. If you don't know who ARC is, you're nuts. Go Google them. They have got some YouTube channels, and they have. She does write like it says former ARC invest analyst James Wang told Business Insider that F could eventually reach $40,000. This is the most bullish call I've heard. Others in the crypto space see it doubling. We predict that the price will most probably double from its current state by the end of 2021 to hit over $8,000 per coin, says Ivo Grivorov, co-founder and CEO of CreditFi and DeFi lending marketplace. So, look, I think that just to sum that up, looking at where the market is, like I tried to explain to everyone yesterday that with the market going in a downward direction, I wouldn't worry too much because the market will always recover. So just that was from Forbes, and they're saying even though the market's on a downtrend at the moment, we're looking at Ethereum alone, just as an individual one, is to go to around 8,000, and I think that's about right because when I'm
Right,
asked the same question, I think around 8,000 as well. I think 10,000 is a little bit optimistic,
right.
but I think 8,000 sounds realistic, and I think that that could happen. So that's my prediction. Then there's one more article which I'm going to read because this article sums up literally how all the other articles are looking and what they're talking about. So this is the next one. Let me get it up. Okay, so this article is from the Express and it says Bitcoin not very useful today as experts question what the cryptocurrency success is. So let's go down and it says here Bitcoin was described as being not very useful today as an expert questioned what would count as success for the cryptocurrency. And it says Bitcoin's value rose by 5.6% to $49,000, which is a price rise of 2,629 on the previous close. The fluctuating cryptocurrency has experienced a turbulent year, but its current value is 78% up from the year low, which was $27,000, which was posted on January the 4th. Its value now, however, is almost 24% down on its highest price of $64,000 from April 14th. And then as you go down, it says, but despite the resurgence, those involved in the world of crypto were given a blow after Tesla CEO Elon Musk confirmed his business would no longer accept Bitcoin for car purchases. Mr. Musk said that the firm was concerned about the rapidly increasing use of fossil fuels for Bitcoin mining, and that while cryptocurrency is a good idea on many levels, it cannot come at a great cost to the environment. He added Tesla will not be selling any Bitcoin and was intend to use it for transactions as soon as mining transitions to more sustainable energy. We are also looking for other cryptocurrencies that use less than 1% of Bitcoin's energy transactions. And then it says here, with the cryptocurrency often described by commentators and finance experts as a risky investment proposal, John Danielson, director of Systems Risk Centre in London's School of Economics, questioned what success would actually look like for Bitcoin and those hoping to make money from it. So it says here, writing for Vox EU in February, he said, the only reason all the Bitcoins are worth trillions of dollars is the expectation of success as they are not very useful today. Cryptocurrencies must provide more valuable services if they are to justify their high valuations. Otherwise, holding Bitcoin is just like collecting stamps and beanie babies. a minority activity that does not justify the current value of $51,000, but what is valuable as a service, and we need to start to put things into perspective. So let's just talk about those two together just to start with as a whole. So basically, every newspaper and every cryptocurrency paper is doom and gloom today. So looking at it from a point of view, I can see why when I read the markets to you, you're going to see why they're like they are. So people put a lot of emphasis around the environment because we all know Elon Musk, he's done his little tweets, and end of the week, people are panic selling, people are jumping on the bandwagon, it's pushing the price down, but people are gonna be looking for alternatives to turn to and looking at ways to make these cryptocurrencies more efficient. So I'm not going to carry on reading newspaper articles because you could do that for yourselves. If you go and Google crypto news right now, and it'll come up with about 50 different articles, and you'll see there's articles in there about Ripple partnering with certain companies to become environmentally friendly in the next 5 years. There's loads of other cryptocurrencies doing the same thing. So again, if you are a subscriber on Stereo, I'll be posting up these articles in the news feed on the Discord chat. So please go over there and check them out. And the first one to do with Ethereum, I've loved Ethereum second to Bitcoin all the time. I've always said it. The price of it is lower than what it has been for a little while, but you got to remember, we got to put that in perspective. So if I had said to you 3 to 5 weeks ago that Ethereum was going to be at $3,500, $3,600, you would have jumped up and down and said that's fantastic, because we were looking at figures of around $2,300. Now we've been up all the way to 4,500. Look how many times blockchain Jane. How many times have we gone and you've said Ethereum is killing it? Ethereum is killing it.
Well, it still is killing it, and Ethereum is my favorite. But the thing is like I said, for me, I'm holding Ethereum. I've been holding it. I bought it when it was under $200. So, 33,000. When it cracked 3,000, I was kind of floored, to be honest. So the fact that we saw it go to 45 or almost 45, and then just this last week, just like down, like literally, because I was up quite early, actually, after we talked the last time we talked. I didn't sleep immediately, and it was looking real ugly around that time. The markets were looking really, really ugly. It was around 4 o'clock my time, I guess already almost 5 o'clock your time. So, yeah, it had gone down. Ethereum had dipped under 3,200. And I was like, ugh. But then I had to think, like, this is a crash for now, but Ethereum's been doing amazingly. And even when Bitcoin crashed twice in the last month, Ethereum kept doing it. So I think it's going to level out. I'm not extremely concerned. I did buy some more this morning as well, some XRP, because I see it's on a bit of a dip. At least for the last 7 days, it's down a bit. So I said, let me snatch some. But that's my feeling. Ethereum's a winner for me.
Yeah, and again, we will go through, and let's make this clear. We might be down, but we're not down to where the prices were. Take Bitcoin out of the equation. That's a separate entity at the moment with regards to Elon Musk and his crazy tweets. Crazy man. That it's pushed the price of that right down. But the rest of it, we're not having a bad run, right? You got to understand, it depends when you bought in. So if you bought into Bitcoin Cash at $700 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, or you bought into Litecoin at 260, 250, then you're still making money. It's where the thing bottoms out, and that's what's going to be interesting to see. So hopefully I'm hoping that we'll start to see a slight correction in the price by this afternoon's show, um, and we'll be able to see what's actually going to happen. And if not today, it will happen because there'll come a bottom. There's definitely going to be a bottom to it, and then things will start to recover. But it's where that bottom is and how long these big hedge funds, the newspapers, everybody sees. Because you got to remember, there's more at hand here. Everybody is against Bitcoin and everybody is against crypto. You've got banks because they've got their own CBDCs coming out. You've got the other institutes that don't like crypto because they're used partnered with banks, and then news outlets. Who knows who owns all of these crypto news outlets? Some of them that have just been popping up that I haven't seen ever before in my life in the last 10 years. But just in the last month alone, I've seen about 8, 9 different ones. Anyone can create a crypto news outlet online. It's just like creating a website. So
Right.
sometimes take what you read with a pinch of salt. It's about understanding for yourself and doing your research and just siphoning through all the rubbish and making sure
Right.
that you only look at the news that's important to you.
Well,
So we're
yeah, I
gonna look.
agree. I think
Go on.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you, but I agree. I
No.
think for me who have, I've been in it for, well, at least, properly investing and seeing a return for, over a year now, and I've been, really into the crypto space for about 3. I feel like I'm still in a really good place with my portfolio personally. It's down from where it was a month ago. But I feel like this whole thing, this whole month of shakeup with Elon Musk and then the whole Doge thing and the Shibu and all, that in and of itself, just kind of that attention, um, particularly the negative attention, is definitely going to have maybe a longer term effect on Bitcoin immediately. But because of Ethereum's usefulness, I think we're going to see Ethereum do some nice recovering, and I don't think it's going to take too long. But that's just my feeling. You know,
Okay, I think you're right, and I don't think you're wrong at all. I think that we are right now is just it's different. We got to just forget about what's happening right now. This is like one thing added on top of the other. Same as like I said yesterday, like 4 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, we had remember the Turkey ban, the Treasury doing the investigating, everything
right,
all piled on top, and we had a similar thing. I know this is a little bit worse, but it'll be interesting to see how it pans out, and let's see what happens by this afternoon's show, and let's see if there's any sort of recovery. So let's go to the markets and see what the markets are saying. So we've got, let me just grab it. I've got to grab it up because I had the news articles. One sec.
let me. So my Mazari has been a little glitchy, so I'm gonna be on Coin Market Cap as we're
Okay,
going through
so
these markets.
I got it up. Let me see. This is the first time I've opened it since I spoke to you before. Oh my God, it's a bloodbath. Look, it's a bloodbath. Sugar. Jesus, look at that. So Bitcoin is at $44,973 right now, which is down 8%. Ethereum is at $3,498, down 7%. So the percentages I'm giving are giving for the last 24 hours. Cardano, do you know what? Cardano is still killing it at $2.21. It is down, but again, look at where Cardano was a couple of days ago. It's absolutely smashing it. XRPs, do you know what? Even though the percentage is down, I'm a big fan of XRP and their
Right,
crazy SEC lawsuit, which is never ending, which I think has ended, with the IPO coming up for XRP as well, with how they're trying to market it. I think they're good. It's a good bet at $1.45. Then you've got Uniswap, which is at $35, which is low. Litecoin is at $288, down 8%. Solana, look at that bad boy. One of those I'm holding, right?
yeah,
And it's up 8%. And Solana has hit an all-time high of $50.
right.
I told you Solana has
Solana,
its own. So for anyone listening, that's Sol, SOL, and that is like crazy money. It's its own entity. Even though the market goes down, this coin is just does its own thing. And 8.77% up. It's the only green on the page. It's like, I don't know, like a little green leaf amongst loads of
Right.
strawberries.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
a
been,
nice.
it seems consistently it's been like that, like throughout the messiness. Solana's been one that seems to have remained doing its thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So you got V Chain is at 17 cents, which is down like another 10%. Hex is Hex is slightly down. It's just under 5 cents, but look at where Hex was. It was at 1 cent, and we're in a position now where who would have thought it'd be 5.5 cents? It's dropped slightly to just under 5. Tron is still hovering around 11 cents. You've got Polygon, which look at that. I say again, blockchain, Jane. It's at $1.64. Everyone's going to be like, oh, it's dropped. But when did you buy into Polygon?
Right. I was supposed to look back the other day and I didn't. I'm pretty sure I got in when it was about 88 or 89 cents. So it's
Yeah.
still looking good for me.
Yeah. And that's what you've got to look at. Look at what you actually made and what your profit is. Don't be too
Right.
concerned. And we're going to talk about that in a second. So we've got, let me get the next one up. One sec.
This whole what looks like this whole page is red, except for a couple. But Makers, you know, I don't know. Maker's been kind of just wavering for the last 2 weeks, up and down, up and down. But it's definitely a little up, I think, from yesterday.
Okay, so Makers at $4,555, which is down 5%. FTX token is FTX token's at the lowest it has been. So for the guys listening who are tuning in that don't know what FTX is, FTX is the token that's going to be sponsoring the Miami Heat Stadium. It's the one that's taking over from American Airlines. It's been up at like high of about $61, $62. Right now it's sitting at 52. Then we'll go through crypto.com is at 15 cents. That's got an easy 25% gain in it that's my opinion as far as I'm concerned. Again, don't hold me to that. You know I'm not a financial advisor. I just give my opinion and usually I'm right. Algorand is at $1.38, which is down 8%. BitTorrent still exactly the same as yesterday, down 6%. And then we've got, let me get this, not that one, they're not ours. So I'm going to go through. Holo is actually in a positive of 2%, which is in the green. Another one of our coins that's in the green. And then we will go through, and I'm looking for Telcoin. It's creeped back up. So Telcoin is recovering, but it's slightly down. So it's just under 4 cents, which is cool. Decentraland, I'm so happy I sold that coin at $1.45.
That's one I still am holding, but I've been watching it just go down, down, down all week. I'm still way in profit on that one because I bought it when it was definitely around 90 cents. But it's definitely been going down.
Yeah, that's the one of the ones I sold at the beginning of the week. Decentraland, VChain, and Crypto.com.
Right.
And it will. But yesterday I put a message up to say buy Crypto.com again because there's a great opportunity to easily make a little bit of money out of it, because when the market recovers, that will go back up. Even if it goes back up to the same as it was before and just hovers around there again, you can still make yourself a bit of money. Nothing wrong with using the dip to make money, and that's how we should be looking at it from crypto's point of view. And if you're in the crypto game, for new people who are in crypto, you are going to worry, and that is totally understandable, and I wouldn't expect anything less because it's your hard-earned money. But if you've been in the game a little while and you've seen these things happen, you must be used to it by now. Um,
Right.
and this environment thing, the way I look at it is about being environmentally friendly. It's a good thing because it's come up before briefly and people have talked about it
Right.
and then it's been forgotten. But now it's being talked about more. So it's a good thing for crypto as a whole because it will mean that people will do things to become more eco-friendly, which is a good thing for the next generation because there's no
Right.
point you guys making all these millions and you leave it to your kids and then the world ends. So
Right.
we've got to do things to become more energy efficient, which I think is a good thing. It's not ideal timing. I get it with the all-time highs and what the price predictions have been for Bitcoin, etc. I still see Bitcoin going to 80k by the end of the year. I don't I don't think it'll get to that 100 mark like most people predicted, but I think 80s, low 80s, I think it will happen because once it gets to a certain price and bottoms out, people will take advantage of the dip, especially big hedge funds, big institutes will look at getting into it at a price that they can benefit from and make a lot of profit because for them, for the price to go up and make money, unless they're shorting, it is what they're in it for. So they will need for that to happen. And I think that by investing in it and more people will get back into it and people will think of that term that you always use, the FOMO, the fear of
Yes.
missing out, where people will think, right, it's fallen down to this time I'm going to get in before it goes back up to 60, and that will also help the price.
Right.
And I think the markets, we've got to understand that there are going to be downs and there are ups. So for people listening who are thinking it was, well, I got into it 2 weeks ago and it went up, up and up. Well, if it was as easy as that, I'm afraid you there'd be no need for us to be talking about it because we'd
Right.
always be making money. And as much as that's fantastic, you just got to be able to ride these little waves that happen. And I like to call them waves because once you overcome them, there's a bit of smooth sailing, and then along the way, there's another wave that comes along. So just
Right.
be patient with crypto. Go back and look at the charts, and you'll see crypto is one of the most volatile markets that there is. And
Right.
if you can go on, blockchain, Jane.
No, I just wanted to say too, like, I mean, the way I'm looking at it right now is we're literally in the wild, wild west of with this cryptocurrency thing. You know, things are always at the very beginning. I mean, we're literally like a dozen years into crypto. There weren't any cryptocurrencies 15 years ago, didn't exist. So I just feel like there's with something like this, and particularly a technology this powerful and useful, it's not going away. So there's always going to be the learning curve or the time for corrections or for things to solidify. And I'm just kind of glad I kind of got interested in this space early. You know,
Yeah,
even like me telling my mom, who still is completely clueless, but she's amazed by what you know, her Bitcoin is has done since I told her to buy it, and she bought it when it was just over 10 grand. And so even where it's fallen to right now and it's kind of doing, she's still 4 times in profit and she's blown away. She doesn't know anything about technology. She's one of those people who's just like, she recently retired at the top of this year. She's not interested in the technicalities of these things. I just happen to be nerdy that way. But
yeah,
I urged her to buy some and she did. And she's like, wow, I can't believe it. And I've been talking to her about it consistently the last couple months. And I just think it's something that people should talk to their family about, even if they're not trying to get straight up, you know, into investing. These currencies are not going away, and I think at a certain point, once they get to a mainstream, um, you know, once the mainstream is using them on a regular, it's just going to be like anything else. And I think for early adopters, there's you know probably a big win there. And so talk to your family, you know, even if they're not super interested, if they got a little side about that, guys. But even if they have, you know, a little side coin that they want to invest or just curious, it's a good time for me. I think this is a good time, even though it's very volatile. I think it's a really good time to get involved.
Okay, that's super. I think you're absolutely right, and I think where you've got situations where talking about it and just explaining to people and spreading the word about crypto, I think is fantastic. And I just think that as people, the reason why there's a saying, and it says that when you have a good experience, you tell two people, and when there's a bad experience, you tell 10 people. And that's why when these dips happen, that's what I feel like the newspapers are doing. That
Right.
every time there's good news, it's very hard to find it. But anytime there's bad news, it's like front
Everyone.
page news, and
Mhm.
everyone's excited to just slam on crypto. And I don't get why people hate on it so much when it's such a wonderful thing. But I will
I
never
do.
understand
I
that.
do. I
Hopefully,
do. I do. I do get why people. I mean, it's actually, to me, it's not strange at all. It's human nature. People fear what they don't know, and also because we've been. I mean, this pandemic has done a number on everyone. Doesn't matter where you're from, your background, your race, walk of life, or anything. It's created an environment in the whole world where there's a fear. We're living in fear, so that will compound it with people's everyday living situations, their money issues, their family issues, or whatever it may be. Even if they have a great life, any big new thing that happens in the world, from my perspective, is people are going to be afraid of, and people are afraid of what they don't know. People are still calling cryptocurrency pyramid. Just inherently, all of it is a pyramid scheme, which I don't really understand, but I've heard it a lot recently. Um, they want to call it a scam as soon as that this doesn't work how other things work, and so people are afraid. So to me, that's actually just a part of human nature, and over time, it will pass for the most part, I think.
okay, that's super cool. Okay, so let's go to the listeners. We've got three questions. So let's see who the first question is from. The first question is from Kaylee. Um, Kaylee is one of our subscribers on here, and she's in the Discord. Me and her do one-to-one lessons together. Let's see what my girl Kaylee's saying. Go on, Kaylee.
Yay, I'm in here on time. I'm listening. What's up, guys?
I am proud of you
Shout out,
because
Kaylee.
what happened yesterday was we did a every Saturday we do turning $10,000 into $20,000 challenge in a week, and every Saturday at 3 o'clock in the UK we do a show in UK time, and we discuss how Kaylee's done. And I kind of told her off yesterday because she doesn't come to enough shows, and she's always in the to participate in the Discord. So that's why she's saying, "Hey, I'm here." I love it, Kaylee. I'm glad you're here. Here we go. Even though she's so busy, here's Faz.
Good morning, Bitcoin Buxer. Good morning, Blockchain Jane. How are you all doing today?
Morning.
Yes, Bitcoin. See in your WhatsApp, not in your Telegram group. I was going through and I stumbled upon some information that had CME take out loads of contracts, possibly worth billions. Predicting that Bitcoin was going to short. So, first of all, as this Bitcoin becomes centralized now, and with all these people coming in, is it now become institutionalized, you think?
Well, yeah, I think that they do play a major part in it. Like I said yesterday, when I was looking at the whale reports, there was a big sell-off, and it wasn't a sell-off by small investors like ourselves with thousands or hundreds of thousands even. It was investors who were selling off blocks of 300 million, 500 million, six
Right.
hundred millions. So I do believe, and I said it yesterday, I do believe these institutes and hedge funds are trying to short Bitcoin. And I think they're doing it in a way where they've seen an opportunity where this time round it had enough bad press for them to put short positions in place. And I think some of them would have had these short positions in place for a little while. And by them selling off these big blocks, it's driving the price down. And I think that over time, it will recover. I don't think it will just disappear like everyone says. That's impossible for it to happen. Well, I say impossible. Anything is possible, but I don't see it personally happening. I have seen
Right.
things similar before in the last 10 years, but I think that is nothing to panic about at the moment. I'm heavily invested. We all know that, but I'm not panicking right now. I think we'll continue to monitor it and talk about it on the morning, the afternoon show, and we'll be doing any emergency shows. If we see anything crazy happen, we'll be
Right.
putting some emergency shows up to make sure you guys can keep informed. I'll be posting on the Discord chat every couple of hours. If I see anything changing, I'll keep you guys in it. But again, I think I don't think it's institutionalized. I think that it does have quite a big backing of hedge funds and institutions, investors. But I think
Right.
that hasn't totally happened yet. Okay, so
Right.
blockchain, Jane, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think, just it's, the technology is absolutely not centralized, but because it's gotten so popular, yes, the institutions have gotten invested. And I actually feel like the ones who are snatching out, like the whales who are snatching out because of, you know, I don't know if I want to just say Elon Musk created all this bit of a mess, but he definitely did shake it up. Those are those are groups and funds that had the money to just jump in when things were hot, when they started getting hot. And if they've snatched out now, they may jump back in again. But I think the organic nature of how Bitcoin has grown outside of them is going to be what saves it ultimately. You see what I'm saying? Like it
Yep.
might even it might even take a longer time. And we've been getting predictions of where it could possibly go by the end of the year. But this little kink happened right coming in the middle of the year. So we still have a whole half a year or more, a little more to go to see what could happen by the end. But I think all of this movement and, volatility with regard to the news and what's happening in the news around Bitcoin makes it seem like it's, centralized now. And I guess because all the exchanges that you have to go through now, they're all the big ones, they're all, centralized, but the technology itself, no. And I think that the technology itself, the blockchain itself, is what will sustain it and continue to have Bitcoin. I know a lot of people say that it's like the gold in terms of store of value. I think it'll continue to be so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here we go. So now we got Faz again. We got another one from Faz.
Yeah, it's the institutions don't like Bitcoin because it's decentralized. Yeah, power to the people.
They might not
Power.
like it, but they'll get over it. I mean, they've obviously, come to terms with it. All the big payment companies are in on it. PayPal, Visa, everybody. So that means that somebody's come to terms with it, whether they like it or not. And even the banks coming out with their new coins that they are building on these blockchains, whether they like it or not, they've come to terms with it. And now they're working some way that they can get their cut. So we'll continue to see that. From my position, we're going to always see that. But yeah, they don't like it. They'll
I
get
think
over it.
it's right, and I wouldn't be surprised if these hedge funds are doing deals with the banks around these new CBDCs, and this is all a ploy. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. I think that again, let's not panic. We don't do that. Let's be rational. Think about what's happening. Look at it logically, and just keep a track through the shows for this week. And let's see where we end up, because I don't want to be in this boat where 3, 4 days later we're back up in the green and everything's all rosy, and we're like talking about this and saying, do you know what just happened? Because the same thing, we were doing this when the Turkey situation happened. So be logical, let's stick to it. And as beginners, it's perfectly fine to be thinking like this, because I wouldn't have it any other way. Money is important, and I believe that every dollar or every pound or every yen or every rupee or whatever we put into crypto, it's important that we see a return for that. And when we don't, and we're putting our hard-earned money into something, it's nothing wrong with worrying about it. So
Right.
let's just be rational. Let's see what pans out. Stay up to date. Stay intact with the shows. And if you're a subscriber on Stereo, please make sure that you stay in touch with the Discord, and I'll keep you posted on there. We've got another bubble. Let's see who's this is. This is Leonard, that guy. Let's see what he's saying.
Yeah, I just want to thank both of you guys. And then a general question: have you? I sent you a link in Instagram. I just want to see what your take is on this live video that Elon is currently hosting right now, discussing cryptocurrency.
Okay,
Oh, wow,
so
I didn't know.
I'm gonna go through it. Let me see if I can get it up first. I don't like to go into things halfway through, but we will see. Hold on. Let's see what this is. I can't get it, but what I'll do is I'll watch the video that he's talking about now, and we'll go through it in the afternoon show. So I'll watch that and we'll go through it in the thing because it's halfway through, and it's a bit of a video. So I'm gonna, after we finish this show, I'll go back and start watching it from the beginning, and then I'll talk about it on this afternoon show. Let's pop this next bubble.
Especially like focus on reading the narrative portion on the left-hand side of the screen.
Okay, 1 minute. Let me see if I can get it up.
Right. Well, actually, I will say while you're doing that, so I didn't get much sleep last night. We were kind of working a bit late, and then, I did get my rest, a little rest, but before I did, I was very disappointed by what I was seeing, and it was kind of like, oh, this is why I didn't really focus on it too much. Throughout the whole weekend, I was working on other things because it can be a little anxiety, when you have your own money invested. And I always have to remind myself, well, actually, I'm investing profit now, So I'm not really in a situation where I'm brand new and I'm losing all my money if the markets drop. It's but it drives your anxiety. I finally said, let me turn this thing off and go to bed. This is ridiculous. So when I finally woke up and looked, I was like, okay, it didn't continue to go down over the last few hours. So, we're not any worse off really than we were on Friday. So.
Okay, so I've got it. Thank you, Leonard, for this article. This is from Elon Musk, and it's got here: Elon Musk believes that Doge will be the people's currency. He asked major Doge whales to sell off their Doge, and has predicted Doge to fall back below a 0.01 before a huge surge. Elon Musk has devoted 500 million Doge to be distributed to all Doge holders. Anybody can get some. Just visit the website on his thing, and it says Doge Event 21.info. Elon Musk, I'm giving away 500 million Doge on Doge Event 21 info. First come, first serve. Okay, and then it's got Elon Musk is live. Okay, that's interesting, but who is posted? Is this his actual TV show, or is this something someone else has made and put the live feed on? Because sometimes people do that when it comes to Elon. People jump on the bandwagon around it. Look, if it's called Doge, then just because he says it's going to be the people's currency doesn't make it the people's currency. But
Right.
it'll be interesting for it to see if people sell off and listen to him. Now, that, on the other hand, is a money making opportunity, because
Right.
if everyone sells off and it drives the price down to 0.01 or under, you'd be a fool not to buy into it at that low rate, because the doge to the moon, or these things will hopefully, then he'll start again, push the price up. So
Well,
you definitely
it's
be buying back into it. But whether it becomes the people currency or not, I don't think so, because if they're talking about environmentally friendly and all of this, I think that we're going to see some shifts in the crypto market,
right.
which I'm not sure if it will be Doge, or if someone will bring something out, or Bitcoin will just, the think people will just forget about it and will move back on. But I'd rather we didn't move on from the environmentally friendly issue. I think that needs to be put to bed once and for all. It's been brought up too many times now, and I think we just need to have it done with. But thank you for that, Leonard. That's a really cool article. I'm not going to post it in the Discord because I don't know where it's from. But if you can let me know where it's from, that would be super cool. Because if it is actually from his thing, because it seems like it's a Doge event promotion, I'm just
Right.
not sure who's put that together. There we go.
Right. I haven't seen the link. He just sent it to me on Instagram as well, but I have several things going on my device right now, so I'll wait till after we
Yeah.
finish. But
Okay. And here
there's a,
is the super duper Andy Ashai. Let's see what he's saying.
Morning, peeps. Hope
morning,
you're all good.
Andy.
And morning, Faz. See you there listening. Hope everyone is hunky dory and we're all buying the dips.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you very, very much. Here's Faz.
Okay, so while you're on the environmentally friendly issue, what coin do you know of that's very, very environmentally friendly? Yes.
There isn't at the moment, you see. So there are some that claim to be, but when I looked into them, because I wanted to tell you guys that, but there's nothing being validated. So when you go and look at coins white papers, someone would call it eco coin and this coin, but when you actually look at their white papers, they're not actually eco friendly. And I think that's where now the race is on for the first cryptocurrency to become the most eco-friendly. And that's why, as Andy sent me that article about Ripple yesterday, looking to become the first cryptocurrency to be totally eco-friendly with regards to mining, Monero. There's loads of cryptocurrencies in a race to do it, but there isn't anyone yet. But again, this is a good thing for Ripple, because for a cryptocurrency that's under a so-called hash quotes SEC lawsuit, they're planning ahead big time. They planned an IPO. They're planning this. They're planning partnerships with people. So don't be surprised if you hear. Make sure you are holding some Ripple, guys. It's important that that coin, I really think it's got a massive, massive future.
Right.
Look, and we're coming up to 50 minutes, so I want to try and keep the show to an hour. So if you have got any other questions, please ask them now. And if not, we'll wrap it up and we'll be back at 5 o'clock UK time later.
Right. I wanted to say, while we're waiting, I see we do have one question, but as far as I haven't, like I said, I haven't read the article that was just sent yet. But I heard someone on another stereo live a few days ago and this past week saying the same thing about Doge, how it's and they were saying it specifically with regard to Elon Musk. I was just a listener on that show, but I did comment. But they were saying this is he wants this to be the people's coin and this, that, and the third. And for me, I just had to laugh. Listen, he's a hustler. He told us straight to our face. He's a hustler. This is a hustle. At a certain point, I don't think that he's concerned about this being the people's coin. And what does that even mean, really? If the people's coin
Yeah.
is going to make him some money, then we'll call it the people's coin. That's the way I feel about it. I don't know the man. I'm not trying to demonize him or anything. I just think that this whole nice guy thing that he's trying to throw out with this environmentally friendly stuff, and all of a sudden, and the people's coin is weird. I don't
Yeah,
trust
why
it. It's weird.
now? Why
Yeah,
now?
it's
Like
weird.
I said, he's the richest man in the world with most probably 1,000 advisors. I'm sure they advised him the first time he was buying all those coins that it wasn't environmentally friendly then. So he's
Right.
just a hustler. Let's get through these bubbles. Here's as high.
So, just on a side note, I don't know if you've been looking. There's been a lot of traction the last few days, especially on YouTube, about Shiba Inu, Shib. People are saying it could go quite far. But I watched someone, they were doing some analysis and comparing it to Doge. Not about the actual coin, but like if people are wanting a quick return. And it took over 1,000 days for Doge to get to where it is today. So, you know, people might just want to bear that in mind when they're buying these other coins. Yeah, you do get pumps, but for maybe something
Thanks,
that
Keely.
Shiba, it could take a while, but because it's such a promising coin, it could be good. It could be a good buy.
Yeah, Shiba Inu is a good buy. It's definitely a good buy. So you have a situation where you're getting into a coin 1,000 days, right? When I tell you about coins, I don't tell you them because you're going to go to sleep tonight and wake up tomorrow and be a millionaire. I
Right.
tell you about coins that are going to build up gradual. We already know by now the coins that have a gradual uptrend are the coins that will make you money every day and make you money long term. The ones that are short, sharp spikes, they're pump and dumps. I'm not interested in those coins. I'm interested in coins that are going to give you a nice return and build you up a nest egg over a certain amount of time. So Shiba Inu, as far as I'm concerned, is a long hold and it will give you a return. We're going to crack on. Here's Leonard, that guy.
Hey guys, sorry, I just did a little bit more research. I would not click, or I would not follow that link. It does say that giveaway is fraudulent. So everybody be aware that giveaway is not. It seems to be fraudulent. So definitely do not take that risk.
See? And that's what I mean. That's
Right.
why I said I'm not too sure if this is actually tied to Elon Musk. So
Right.
when I see those things, and I've been in this game a little while, I've seen loads of things on YouTube and airdrop saying, uh, send us one Ethereum, we'll send you back two. There's ones that always use Elon Musk and Dogecoin, and they use celebrities to try and promote things without people knowing. So they take videos from other places, add their little banner on there or whatever they do. Like, I thought that was too good to be true. That's why I
Right.
said it. So yeah, thank
Oh,
you,
so
Leonard. Definitely.
no, it sounds like, that is because he's been so much in the news and everything. It's like a prime way to use, that for scammers, particularly as people are coming into the crypto space and don't really know what's going on. So, yeah, we've talked about this, pointed out the scams on this show before. So, yeah, thanks, Leonard, Leonard the guy.
Yeah, here's Kaylee.
I don't have a question right now, but I just wanted to say thank you to both of you for all the information that you're sharing. I really enjoy popping in on your shows. Even when I can't listen like the entire time, I try to catch everything that I can. So thank you both for everything that you're doing.
No,
Shout out,
thank you,
Kaylee,
Kaylee.
and thank you for the tip, sweetheart. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for the tip, Kaylee. Here's Leonard, that guy.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the only thing I can think of that he just released $100 million X award for carbon, removal from the atmosphere. So big, so it kind of is in opposition of his, that award itself.
Okay. Here's as high.
Oh, and also, Bitcoin Box, I'm a little bit disappointed that you and Blockchain Jane haven't sung me a little song this morning,
Oh, sugar!
if you get what I mean.
I am going to do it just for you. I'm not going to sing, but I am going to say happy birthday, my friend. Happy
Oh,
birthday.
right. It's
I,
your
I was
birthday.
going to call you and I just totally forgot. But happy birthday, Andy! A massive happy birthday to you, and I'm sure the Blue Hat family will be wishing you a massive happy birthday as well, all throughout the day. And I'm going to give you a call a little bit later on today. We're cracking up to 55 minutes, so let's play this bubble.
Whoa, you're joking. Happy birthday, Andy. Have a good one, mate. Have a good one.
Okay, amazing. Now we're going to wrap up the show. Before we do that, this is for our YouTube viewers. Thank you for joining us. And if you want to come and join us on the stereo chats, if you go to the about page, we have put a link there for stereo. And if you want to come and chat with us live, if you go and hit that stereo link, it will take you to stereo, and you can find myself, Bitcoin Boxer, and Blockchain Jane on there. And there's also our Instagram links there as well. If you've got any problems, hit us up on Instagram. And please make sure that you leave us some comments if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in the shows or anything like that. But we hope you've enjoyed our first show on YouTube. And we look forward to seeing many more of you on our shows. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you smash the subscribe button. And to all our listeners here on stereo, super, super interactive as always. And a big shout out to Tak, a big shout out to Azhai, big shout out to Faz, big shout out to Leonard, that guy, big shout out to Kaylee, and a big shout out to the rest of you that have tuned in this morning to listen. If you could go away with something, I'd like you to go away with this. Please do not panic. Let's hold fire. Let's be rational. Don't sell off. Let's see what's going to happen in the coming days or in the coming hours. And me and Blockchain Jane will be back at 5 o'clock today, and we'll discuss where we're at and see what's happening. We're going to play this last bubble, and then we're going to make a move. But thank you to everybody for tuning in. And if you're on YouTube, thank you for watching this video. Let's see.
I'll catch you all guys later. Shame I missed most of the show, but always, I expect it was amazing, as normal. Buddy, phone me a bit later, yeah, because I'm just sort of doing some work, even though I'm off, but I'm working. Right, catch you later.
Okay, and to the rest of you, thank you so much. Blockchain Jane, it's always a pleasure, my friend. And
Likewise.
the rest of you, I'll see you at 5. Catch you later, guys.
Peace,
Bye.
guys.